What's up, guys? What's going on? It's Lugo back again with Fat to Fit day 110. And you're currently watching the third take because I uploaded the first one and the audio was off. I think my mic was just not connected, which is just great. And then the second time, the audio was on and I blew my ears out. But nonetheless, we're back again with the video. Today we did some legs. Started with squats as usual. And they honestly looked and moved really great. I finally have equipment back on for these training sessions. Put my knee sleeves on and I had a Velcro belt on under my shirt, which I have to use because I'm too fat to use my SBD belt, which is unfortunate because it was very expensive and I can't use it. The sleeves that I'm using were also very tight, and by very tight I mean like it was hard to like even get down in the hole a little bit because it was so tight. Kind of not by default. I didn't really mean to get them too tight, but I normally use a brand of knee sleeves called Stoic. And the Stoic versus SBD sizing is different. So an XL in Stoic is a double XL in SBD. They're the same circumference around your knee joint, but they're a different size because they do different sizing. So when I got SBD, I didn't check to see because I was just like, oh, I'll just get a 2XL because when I use Stoic, my comfort fit is 2XL. I train in 2X and I compete in XL. So for SBD, it would have had to been a 2X for competing and a 3X for like a comfort fit. And I'm currently too fat, so the 2X does not fit me like, I mean, it would fit like a comp fit, but it's just way too tight for me right now. I mean, I used it and it was fine, but it was way too tight. But I kind of wanted to talk about the tier shoes for a little bit because currently, as it stands, I've pretty much used most of the mainstream popular squat shoes for leg days, for squats, for accessory stuff. And in my opinion, the tier for specific squats just blows everything else out of the water. Um, Specifically in the department of like my foot fitting into the shoe. I didn't have a problem with length. Length isn't really a problem when it comes to shoes for the most part. Like you just order the size and it kind of just fits there. But it's always been a width thing because I have very fat, flat, and wide feet. So it's been hard because when my foot goes down and I put pressure, it spreads. So I like usually if it fits okay, it's gonna end up being cramped, especially when you tighten the shoe. And for me, this shoe feels like I actually can feel my foot inside the shoe. And it's not just like scrunched up against the wall of the shoe, which is the problem for a lot of other shoes. And honestly, I felt like I could have even maybe gone with the extra wide version that they have and would have been fine. But I think for now, they have a month return policy. So for now, I think I'm going to stick with it, break it in for about 3 weeks and see if the breaking in of the shoe, if I'm going to need to get extra wide because I have pretty wide feet. But it feels good. Like it felt really good on squats. And I'm really glad for companies like Tier, companies like Avansis, with the powerlifting shoe that I have, the flat soled one, for making wide shoes because for the longest time, I could never find a shoe that would fit my feet, width wise because I just had big feet and every company just always made a narrower shoe. Even something like a Romalio 2 being wider, I tried them and it was still kind of cramped in the actual shoe. So it was just always like I started using the Romalio 2 and I was like, these are nice, but now I can actually have a shoe that fits my foot and potentially even like have more room with it if I decide to go extra wide. But I'm just glad. Like, if you need training shoes, specifically squat shoe or a flat soled, I would highly recommend Tier and Avancis for those because they both have a pretty wide base. And if you need it wider, you could always go extra wide on the Tier. And Avancis are pretty wide. Like, I have room in the shoe still when I use it. So, you know, if you need those, I would advise getting them because I've been trying to optimize my shoes for lifting because I normally would have just been like, all right, like it's narrow, my foot doesn't fit in it, it's gonna be squished anyway, and just dealt with it. But uh, in the few years that I have been looking up my shoe game, I realized how important it is to actually have a base and be able to splay your feet and find that midfoot pressure in there. It's very valuable. Um, and it's nice to actually fit because like something like my belt I can't use until it fits, unfortunately. Because I originally bought it when I was 300, the last time that I was 300, which was, oh man, 2020. And I bought it as an XL and it didn't fit me when I bought it, just like now. It didn't fit me at all. And I had to like lose weight into it. And I don't remember what weight I was able to use it at, but I think it was around 270, maybe 275 where I think it was 275 where I was able to use it. But I'm hoping that that's around the same weight because I've been training my core a lot more, my obliques, so I don't know if my waist is growing or not, if it's gonna be harder, but I'm hoping I can use it soon because I really enjoy using my SVD belt for squats and kind of for deadlifts. So that's pretty much it. I'm pretty fried from playing League of Legends and recording the first take, so this was a little bit of a shitty recording. I'm sorry. I put all my energy into the first one and my mic wasn't working. But I promise tomorrow will be, or not tomorrow, the next one will be better. But I'll see you guys later. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back in 2 days for some push. Thanks for watching.